Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. You may be here because you've seen my other Critical Role videos, including the top 10 emotional moments from Campaign 1. Today, I'm going to make you all laugh instead of cry by sharing what I think are the funniest moments in Vox Machina's journey. You'll be hearing a little less of my voice this time around since not as much context is needed for these scenes, but I'll still do my best to set up each moment and remind you of what was happening leading up to it. Once again, keep in mind that this video contains spoilers. If you are not completely caught up with Critical Role's first campaign, including the Vox Machina one-shots, please do not watch this video. The last thing I want is to be the person who accidentally ruins something for you. That being said, let's get to it and prepare those abs for a hearty workout.
A wisdom check?
Yes.
I'm so nervous!
Laughing, Travis.
This could be so bad!
Number 10, The Black Powder Merchant, from episode 23, The Rematch. Few things in Critical Role are more satisfying than the first time we meet a new NPC. Towards the beginning of the stream and after a good chunk of adventuring, Vox Machina returned to Vasselheim, where the human gunslinger Percy goes on an errand to find ammunition supplies for his weapons. What follows is one of the most unforgettable character introductions in the entire series, and a solid reminder of how brilliant Matthew Mercer can be.
Hello?
Yes?
Oh. Charming. My name is Percival Frederickstein von Musil-Kowalski de Rolla III.
Huzzah!
Thank you. I was sent to you. I was sent here in terms to hopefully negotiate the purchase of some black powder. I've heard that
The door slams open at this point, mid-sentence,
Ah!
and you see from around the corner a very lithe, crooked-looking man, quite elderly, but very spry for his size. You can see his arms and legs are very lanky and almost spider-like in the way they move and shift as he peeks out, and you can see he has spectacles of 2 different sizes and thickness around each eye. His hair is kind of frazzled and gray and white. He goes,
Yes!
Oh.
You said you need black powder! Yes, come in!
and he runs back into the hovel.
Nice. I gingerly enter this.
We're not with him. We're not
As
with
you step inside, the scent hits you immediately, and you realize this place is probably filled with black powder, and the last thing anyone wants is to set off any sort of flame. And there is indeed in the far end what looks to be a barrel that contains a large amount of black powder that it's just everywhere. It's like this very fine coat of powder that is encompassing this entire room, and as he turns around, you can see now his hands himself are black and coated, and he goes,
So, you came looking for black powder, did you? No one asked about the black powder, but I knew it had a purpose. Yes. You wish to buy it? How much do you want? Speak up! Speak up! I haven't all day!
How much for a barrel or a hogshead's worth?
For the barrel. That'll run you. 4,623 gold pieces for the barrel. However, for a hogshead...
you can see now there's spittle dribbling down his chin.
It's as if I can see the spittle myself.
Yes, indeed.
For the hogshead, which...
And he turns around and shuffles through a bunch of pieces of burlap and sack and pulls out what looks to be an actual dried and hollowed out hogshead.
To fill this hogshead with it, this will only cost you 426 gold pieces.
20.
Yes.
How about 400 even, and you can direct me to some ore as well?
Ore? I do not work in ore.
I thought you might have a friend.
Make a persuasion roll.
Nice, Percy. Nice, Percy. Look at that. He slipped right into Mercer there. No, that's
Yeah. I love Percy. 25.
25.
I'm sure you have a friend. You seem so amiable.
400, I send you to Samson. Yes, you take?
My good sir, you have a deal.
Glorious!
He turns around and just jams the head into the barrel of black powder, picks it up. The soot kind of settles against you and the rest of you guys as you now find yourself partially covered in this slowly dissipating cloud of black powder. You cough instinctively and push it away.
400 gold. You pay?
I gingerly put the purse down in front of me.
He takes it with a whisk. It's already put away into a side pouch, and you hear the clanging of kind of haphazard coins in his far pocket.
Here. Okay, take it. To Samson, this way.
And he grabs your arm and drags you out of his hovel. He points across the way with this kind of shaking, crooked finger.
Samson, there, in the brick building. I tell him, Victon sends you. He'll give you all.
Thank you for all of your help. You've been so kind.
Oh, my pleasure. You want more powder? Come back.
I might do that.
Good. Goodbye.
And pushes you out, takes both of you by the arms and pushes you out, slams the door behind, and you are left kind of standing there, half covered in blackened soot and black powder in the center of the thoroughfare, midday, kind of stunned by the whole encounter.
I mean, come on. Amazing. Oh, no, fuck off. Amazing. Come on.
Number 9. Vex shoots Scanlan in the neck. From episode 48, Into the Frostweald. During the Chroma Conclave arc, Vox Machina find themselves in the Frostweald, where they hope to meet an Androsphinx with information about the vestiges of Divergence. After a long night's rest in Scanlan's magnificent mansion, the group wake up and enjoy a breakfast full of chicken. Vex, who had recently stolen a magical flying broom from Chris Hardwick's guest character, decided to partake in some target practice. However, things don't go according to plan, and Vex probably should have made sure that nobody else was in her line of sight.
You find yourself to breakfast, a delightful spread of breakfast chickens prepared for you.
I pick one up off the table and I say, "Hey, Vex."
Oh, shit. I'm not even on my...
All of you duck instinctively as the chicken has enough time to arc and begin to plummet down before she gets her arrow out, and you see her aiming downward as it falls as she releases the arrow. It manages to catch it. Go ahead and roll for attack.
Okay.
See how well it hits.
Oh, that's good. 30?
Oh, no, wait, 28.
It pins the chicken to the wall, which then it sags, and the wooden shaft like snaps on the weight of the chicken before it hits the ground. One of the servants scoops it up and sets it back on the table in front of Keyleth with the broken arrow shaft sticking.
Okay,
I like that game. It's my new favorite game.
You want some more broom target practice?
I need to practice with
You
this
do
broom.
need to practice, seriously.
We have more chicken.
We've got stuff to do.
Yeah, we have stuff to do, and
I'm
I probably
still
should've-
eating. I would
I
love
should've
to see you for
practiced-
5 minutes. Get up on that broom and fly around and fucking
Yeah,
put
sure.
some arrows and some
all right,
chickens.
fine. I'll fucking practice.
I'm still
does,
eating.
does it help me at all to practice on
Or
this
the-
broom?
It helps me.
I will command 7 servants to each have a loaded chicken at the ready.
All right.
Pull! Yeah.
I start flying.
Vax, you can do the honors and say the pulls.
I clench really hard with my thighs to try to hold on to this
All right,
broom.
as the rest of you enjoy what is the strangest of medieval times experiences you've had,
Let's go, the Green Knight!
glancing upward to the raised ceiling of this dining room area, you watch Vex spiral around on her broom before Scanlan.
Vax is saying pull. Pull!
Roll
Oh God.
with disadvantage.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Say it. Say it.
So,
One.
The easiest number to count to.
so, as the first chicken goes in the air, she reaches and goes to aim. However, she catches herself. The broom kind of throws her off, and she stops just in time and haphazardly
Kill me, isn't she?
focuses on just the chicken, not realizing where the chicken had now fallen past. Releases it.
Oh shit.
Scanlan, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Duck Hunt's a bitch.
9.
Go ahead and roll damage for your.
Okay, that's not that bad. Damage?
Yes.
Oh, it's automatic hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, nice. Full.
Full damage.
Naturally.
Oh my God.
On a
That's
deer.
17.
So, Scanlan, as you're watching this chewing, suddenly.
Shit! Scanlan, I'm so sorry. I landed. I instantly cast cure wounds on him. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Big old chicken just dangling at the end of the arrow.
I'm just applauding.
Blood everywhere.
Just applauding. Again! I pick up my chicken and I throw it at Scanlan.
Does this mean when the night's over, there's gonna be a little pool of blood where the door cuts?
No.
Yay! Oh, my abs are gonna
Go ahead and roll for healing.
Oh god, okay.
As Vex reaches out and grasps you and manages to heal some of your wounds.
Oh good, that's good. It's just 1d8? Do I add anything?
1d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
That's my wisdom modifier. 11.
So you heal 11 hit points.
Oh, can I pull out the arrow?
Sure. A gout of blood kind of sprays
I
out.
just hold my hand there. Hi, can you help?
Number 8. Grog talks to Craven Edge from episode 45, Those Who Walk Away. At this point, everyone knows that putting Travis and Sam together in a scene usually results in hilarious chaos. This moment is a personal favorite of mine, as Grog and Scanlan find themselves killing time at a bar while the other members run errands. Grog decides he needs to have a private conversation with Craven Edge, the evil two-handed greatsword once wielded by Silas Briarwood. Not only is the following conversation ridiculous, but the fact that Grog has an intelligence of 6 and somehow ended up with a talking, blood-absorbing weapon makes the dynamic even better. Throw Scanlan in the mix and you have everyone in the room dying of laughter.
Grog and Scanlan, what you guys doing?
Go fish. What do you want to do?
Oh no, I hadn't really thought about it. Do you have any games with you?
No.
Anything in the bag of holding?
I think there's some orc parts in there that have been in for a couple months.
Doesn't sound very fun.
Right. I got all nervous when they mentioned a Goliath cave, so I kind of need to go boom boom.
Should I play a song so no one can hear it?
Might help. Like stand guard outside the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little music.
Would you mind?
That's what I'm here for.
Can I go drop some ordnance?
And as you find, one of the few local kind of ramshackle outhouses, none are quite Goliath size, and it's an uncomfortable experience. But thank God you brought a bard along, or you would have woken up half the populace just going to bed. As Scanlan,
Nothing to see here, everybody. nothing to see here.
Okay.
Uncle. Oh my gosh.
No.
Now, the music's playing, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a stall, just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
All right, can I take out Craven Edge?
Yeah.
All right.
In the office? Sorry, keep going.
Keep in mind how tight
It's
and
the palace. This is where all the best thoughts and conversations happen. I don't know how it is at your house.
keep in mind how confined it is, okay?
Yeah.
And go.
I didn't know.
Sounds like a rough one in there, buddy.
As you see one of the wood boards splinter out the side for a second.
Yep, that's tacos.
You might want to play a bit louder and maybe take a few steps away. It's about to get violent.
No problem.
At that moment, you focus in as you can feel the blade itself go cold in your fingertips. You can see what little bit of light that filters through the bright orangish red color that's coming from the sunset. You can see a reflection in the obsidian blade as a voice comes to your ear and says, "You fed me well."
Yeah, right, I did, right? I mean, we are really doing well. Question. So, when we were fighting that big Earthbreaker Groot-looking guy, he called you a dark weapon. Do you have feelings, and did that hurt them?
There's a brief pause before you hear this long drawn out.
Right, hold on. No, listen. Oh, and I take my thumb and I run it against the blade real quick.
Okay. As you do, all of a sudden the voice goes,
Right, yep, sorry. Listen, so my question is, as much as I love opening up people to feed you, I kind of want to know, like, what's in it for you?
Grog, are you talking to your shit?
Yeah, no, you gotta let it know who's boss.
voice creeps in again this time. There is no feeling more terrifying than hunger, and I hunger forever. You help satiate that hunger. That is our arrangement. I give you the strength of those you cut down, and I feed upon them. If this is unsatisfactory, I can and have found others who are more willing to be part of this arrangement.
No, I'm a big fan, really. I mean, I'm yoked out when I'm using you. It's fucking amazing. I mean, people are flying apart. It's like a dream. But listen, can you ever be full?
I've never been full before. Perhaps you're the one to find out.
I bet I am, actually. You're really lucky you found me. A lot of these other blokes, not even half the bad I am. But listen, so there's no, like, end game. Just to be clear, you just want to drink and drink. Because I've seen the blood, right? And usually I wipe it off, but you, like, suck it in. And that's a little unsettling, I'm not gonna lie.
My hunger grows, but the air tarnishes my blade. Perhaps we can continue this conversation elsewhere.
Right, yeah. Probably improper. Well, look, I like the way you cut people open, so we'll continue this another time. And I'll sheave him.
As you sheathe, the last thing it says is, don't forget, I hunger always.
I like kick the door open. And I'm like, if you're within 200 feet, back up!
No one's out here, Grog.
Oh,
It's just me. Are you all right?
yeah.
I heard you say something about blood.
Yeah, no, in my sweating, it was like a real workout, that one.
At some point you said, are you full? Are you talking about, did you fill it all the way
Yeah,
up?
look, the privy, it was starting to give me bum a tickle.
Wow,
Yeah.
you topped it off.
Yeah, because, you don't want to, like, dip in the muck. It's,
Foul.
Not at all.
yeah. Did you want to...
I think I'm good.
Are you sure?
I think I'm
I warmed it up for you. It's, like, ready to go.
I love a good deuce, but not today, I think I'm sure.
Number 7. Scanlan tries to kill Trinket. From Grog's one-shot, Bunions and Flagons. Between campaigns 1 and 2, the Critical Role cast did a number of one-shots both in and out of Vox Machina's canonical story. Grog's one-shot is interesting, as it features a make-believe adventure ran by Grog himself, which includes the twins, Scanlan and Percy playing as themselves in a D&D game. Now, if you remember in the first campaign, there was a running joke about Scanlan secretly hating Vex's animal companion, Trinket. This one-shot is hilarious all the way through, but I will never forget the moment one player sees the opportunity to fake kill his arch-nemesis just once.
I'm gonna inspire the bear.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna inspire the bear
Okay, how do you do that?
by feeding it meat.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on, Trinket. Smell well. Smell real well tonight, Trinket.
Trinket takes the meat and just starts gobbling it down. Don't
make a man. And I will actually
rolled a
inspire.
20.
I'll actually inspire the
Great.
bear.
So 26.
26. Trinket comes over and he begins sniffing the body, and he does recognize some of the scent. It's almost that of an animal, like a perhaps another bear or a wolf even. It's just some sort of animal scent on the body.
Maybe it was
Right then, Trinket
Trinket.
and this little hairball with covered in mucus comes out.
What's going on?
I don't know.
No, drink it.
And you
Drink it.
drink it over on his
Snap out
back
of
and
it.
pat his stomach.
I hold his like rub his snout.
Yeah.
I would like not in the game, but out of the game to hide. Oh no! Does anyone know CP Bear?
That's what our dachshund does. Drink it takes
No.
27 points of poison damage.
I think he's dead.
Well, he's unconscious.
Doesn't he go back into the necklace?
And goes back into the necklace.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna kill Scanlan
No,
anyway.
hold on. So drink it. Face first, ass up in the air, and goes back into your necklace.
I bap him back out and heal him.
Oh.
I cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
What are you doing down on the
I'm
ground?
hiding because you're going to murder our friend.
I don't know what's happened to you, bear. Something's wrong with him.
Drink it heals 15 points. You leave him
Drink
out?
it, yeah, I leave him out and I cast Speak with Animals on him.
I think you've done that already.
I know, and I have another one, you dick. It only lasts 10 minutes. And I go, Trinket, what happened?
Oh, I had the worst stomachache. Oh, I don't know. I ate that meatball from Scanlan and then I fucking died. I don't want to make any assumptions, but.
Did you kill my bear? Did you kill him? Why would you do that?
Perpetrate this grisly murder.
Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was the unicorn.
I tried to put Scanlan in the necklace.
How does that shit work? you got the card, right?
Yeah. I think he has to be willing.
Scanlan, make a deception check.
No, he has to roll something.
Yeah,
It was the unicorn's powerful magic. Deception check? There's oh yeah,
hurt so much.
33.
33
He
deception.
really doesn't know. He doesn't know what Trinket's talking about.
Number 6. It's Fine, We're Gods. From episode 97, Tarion, My Wayward Son. In what is probably the most hilariously shocking moment of the entire series, Marisha made a slight lapse of judgment that ended up being fatal. At the very beginning of the episode, Vex uses Locate Object to find a diamond that had been dropped underwater by one of Pike's relatives. From atop of the cliff, she detects it 65 feet beneath the surface and asks Keyleth to help retrieve it. Keep in mind that it's at least 1,000 feet from the cliff to the water's surface, and the drop isn't a straight dive. What seems like a rather simple favor quickly turns tragic, but it's arguably the most ridiculous thing to ever happen on the show.
And I say, Keyleth, can you swim?
Yes.
Can you come help me get this diamond back?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Am I on the cliff?
You're on the top of the cliff, yeah. You're gonna do it.
Is she like down? I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I can come. Oh, are you really?
Can I do it?
It's a really high drop.
Just
Can I
let her
do the
it. Just fucking let her do
Pocahontas
it.
swan dive?
Okay, make an athletics check.
Yes.
And I run and cliff dive!
Sail!
Sail! Sail!
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, you get a few feet past the cliff edge. Not a majestic jump, and the cliff is not completely sheer. It does slightly angle outward. So you leap off, and as you're falling, you can see you probably have about I'd say about 300 feet or so before you're going to hit rock.
I'm gonna hit rock.
The side of the cliff.
The cliff is not perfectly vertical. It's a little bit angled, and you're heading down to hit the rock.
I go whoops, and can I do like a gust against the cliff wall to push me back a little bit further?
Go and make a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom modifier check.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
Just straight wisdom
Yes.
modifier. 20.
Okay. Like a gentle fart, you push yourself a little ways from the cliff, and it does. We'll say it does just enough of a shove where your trajectory changes slightly. You may or may not be right where the rock hits the surf. You can test it or not. It's up to you.
Test it, test it.
And this was the end.
Kiki, don't kill yourself over this rock.
It was nice being in a couple.
At the last minute, I'm gonna go "Nah," and turn into a goldfish.
Before you hit the water?
Or the rock.
Done deal, man.
Well, I'm assuming the goldfish would make it easier
Terminal
to hit water.
velocity.
Yeah, but you're gonna
That's a
hit
good
rock.
point.
Goldfish are not magnetically attracted to water.
Yeah,
They still just
What
fall.
about like
Those are ironfish.
a flying fish or something, so you can like maybe?
Oh, shit.
I don't think flying fish actually fly.
No, but
glide.
they got big fins.
They do glide. They
Regardless,
do glide.
as you turn into a goldfish,
Oh no!
Oh no.
rocketing towards the base
Straight
of the
roll.
water.
Here we go.
Oh no! If I
Alright.
killed
He's
you,
taking a picture of it. He's taking a picture of
No.
it.
No,
not.
he's not. Because she's dead.
This is too many dice for me to roll.
I mean,
What?
I would just pop back to myself. I don't die.
And then any
then
additional
take the
damage would go over into your.
And no, I know.
There's too many dice to roll,
Oh my
Marisha.
God,
So
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
We're gods.
are we?
It's fine.
Demi.
She says as she dies on the rocks.
Demi Moore
Did you say we're
That would be-
gods? Why would you even tempt that shit right now?
Why am I drinking your
We're
coffee? I'm
close.
gonna stop right now.
Yeah, but we're
There we
not.
go, but we're not.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
What is he doing?
Just you and me, sis. Just
No,
you
no,
and
no.
me.
Seriously though, what if she just died?
Yeah.
That would be kind of amazing.
took 363 points of damage.
You are lying.
No.
You are
Wait,
lying.
that's below.
By hitting rocks?
By hitting rocks at terminal velocity at the it's d6 per 10-foot fallen. Keyleth scatters across the edge of the rock and just crumples into the surf and is now floating.
Wait, what? You are lying.
No, you did. I did.
Wait,
What does that mean? That's below
Wait,
her
instead
total
of,
hit
like-
points.
That's instant death.
No, she's dead. Keyleth is dead and floating in the
Instant
water.
death?
Yeah,
Instead of like turning in. Okay.
Unrevivable death?
probably revivable. You just gotta retrieve the body.
You gotta get her to pipe.
Hey, remember,
Oh my
Vex?
God! Oh my God! I go down. I see
Vex, I gave you a coin.
a revivify coin.
Wait.
Oh my God!
I thought you were trying to make it out like it's still in water.
Wait, you're dead.
I said the distance you jumped and they pushed.
Wait, but
You
the
jumped from
she was the
1,000
goldfish?
feet in the air. Totally
I'm
logical.
surprised.
I'm gonna write it.
You can't even see the water or rocks, but you're like, yep.
I'm a golden god.
I am having the best conversation with JP
Oh my
right now.
God.
I am really getting
Okay,
to know
okay. I
about
have
JP.
a wait. I have a coin. I have a coin that.
Best thing that's ever happened.
Wait, but here's the thing. Do I have to roll if I use the coin?
And now,
No?
now officially, every member of Vox Machina has died, most in battle or to some danger.
That took care of it.
You broke the seal.
But didn't we have a rule the last one
literally
just
had a
stays
Was I
dead?
supposed to like turn into a flying creature and like
That's
save
up
from
to
this?
you.
I thought
That's
it
literally your
was gonna be
choice.
not that bad.
Okay. I'm starting to sweat. Who sees it?
I see it.
I don't see it.
We would all
The
know.
only person that sees it is
doesn't matter.
Vex.
It doesn't matter. We would all know.
Vex, you watch as Keyleth,
No.
and just like it's a scatter of red mess, and you just see her floating in the water. I know. I didn't,
Dropping a red
this
down
was
the
not in my
cake
plan.
100 floors up.
Okay. No, but here. I mean, go get her. I go fly down there. Is she like a body at least?
Yeah.
Because she hit as the goldfish.
Yes, and the
There's no
goldfish,
impact.
which has like
Decimated.
a hit point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which then made the other 324 hit points
Sure.
go over to Marisha.
Sure.
So the goldfish turned into orange marmalade.
I mean, her body's still intact.
Okay.
It's just
It was like a magic trick. It was like a fish turned into a corpse.
Bang bang.
Can I
Technically
use my
speaking, it would
coin
have
that
broken the surface
Terry gave me,
eventually.
my coin of Revivify? On her?
how long does you get it before the battle, right? Yes, you can.
Okay, I do that.
Slap it on
Hey,
that body.
don't touch
do
my
not
dice
clean
in
her
anger.
up before you bring her
I'm
back.
not
I
angry.
want to remind you of.
I don't.
You have to roll for it? I don't know. How do I do it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll just a straight wisdom check.
A wisdom check?
Yes.
I'm so nervous!
Laughing, Travis.
This could be so bad! Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can't feel bad about it.
I thought it was gonna
18?
hit water and be cool.
18. Okay.
Instead, it was.
As you go down and pull her out of the water, her soaked red hair covers her face, and it's probably a good thing. As you're a little scared to see.
It's like a red-haired The Ring.
And so with that, you instinctively like begin to seize up and just like about to sob, and then you realize the coin, and you fumble for it in your pocket, and you hear the waves crashing below you, and you pull it out, and you hold it in your palm, and you feel it glow and warm in your hand as you press it against the back of Keelet's broken body, and you watch as the warmth passes from the coin through her back, and as it does, you watch as her broken limbs all snap back into place. and she begins to breathe again.
What the shit is this show?
I don't know. This was not exist. Oh, amazing.
That was a lot higher than I thought.
Keelet, by the way, like she looks wrecked. Like she's still scratched everywhere. She's covered in blood. But she's alive at 1 hit point.
Please bring her back up that way.
Number 5, Do You Spice? In the Meat Man. From episode 65, The Streets of Ank'Harel, and episode 66, A Traveler's Gamble. I'm kind of cheating by having 2 different scenes here, but in a way you can't really have one without the other. When Vox Machina make their way to Ank'Harel, Jarrett, the captain of Grayskull Keep's guard, asks the group to bring back a spice called Fusaka. For whatever reason, Scanlan interprets this as being an illegal drug and hilariously initiates a conversation with the locals. In the following episode, he pursues a full-on drug deal, but to no surprise, things are not what they seem.
While we look.
Oi! Oi, you there, boy.
As you glance over, you see walking down the street what appears to be 2 teenage boys kind of huddled together. Wearing drab ankle-length cloth robes. One of them has what looks to be some sort of a purple shawl over the shoulders. The other has a hood up. And they're both carrying what looks to be small satchels of fruit in their arms. And they both kind of stop and turn.
Please don't.
They look curiously at the small gnome that is the small pale gnome in foreign clothes and adorned beautiful armor that walks up to them in the street.
That looks like fine fruit. Where would you go to go shopping for things here? Markety things.
You are a very small man.
So I've heard that it's a glandular condition.
Oh no! To hear that.
Yes, it's my cross to bear. I've seen many medicine men about it, but they can't cure it. But many have recommended that I get a diet of vegetables and fruit. Where could I buy some, just like the kind that you have?
This fruit is actually very difficult to find and come across. If you wish, you could purchase this batch from me.
Okay, I've seen this before. I'm not interested in buying from you. I just want a market or a bazaar or anything.
A bazaar? You're looking for the Suncut Bazaar?
Yeah, that.
It's further down that way. Look to the blue tower in the center of the city. Walk in its direction to the eastern skyline.
Yeah, I'm not looking in the
Up to
direction.
this.
I'm keeping my eyes on them the entire time he's talking.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm desperately trying to commit every direction to memory. to turn the lights to the blue
so
tower.
fearful that he's about to try and buy meth
20.
from these children.
Look for the
20.
strands of crimson flags that hang
Strands.
across the various street corners. That will signify the entrance to this uncut bazaar.
Signify entrance.
You're so
20.
helpful.
They both seem confused, but also strangely enamored with this tiny man who's talking to them. No shifty behavior beyond that.
Okay.
Their hands aren't moving into someone's pockets.
No.
Thank you
We
so much,
posted
young men, for your help. Also, Spice?
Yes! Oh my god!
No.
Do you spice?
Do you spice?
Yo, you cool? You cool, dog?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not an authority. Do you spice? Spice it?
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Let's go. Ignore that part. Thank you so much. What do you think? A little spice?
Kind of just puts his hand out.
I flip him a coin.
Takes it.
Good luck finding your fruit.
Okay, thank you.
And they both kind of walk away, but at a slow pace, looking over their shoulder at you the whole way.
They seemed legit. They seemed like they were street kids.
What about that was legit?
They're riffraff. They could know what spicy.
They were carrying fruit and
man.
So, you were asking about spice.
Again, maybe.
Specifically, if I'm to understand, 200 gold worth of fusaka.
Maybe more if it's of a higher quality.
Well, let it be known that I brought just in case twice the amount.
How do I know it's of a quality I'm accustomed to from my homeland?
Because I have a reputation to uphold. If you wish not to have any, perhaps you find business with less viable options.
Forgive me, I'm just not from around here. Don't know of your reputation. Could I possibly have a sample to see?
Persuasion checks.
Yes, you can.
While he's doing that, I'm pretending to sort of drunkenly lean on the wall.
That just happened?
Outside that door.
Did that just happen?
What was it?
What?
20.
Should you wish, but be careful not to inhale too deeply.
And he takes the rope and kind of unfurls and unties it, takes the satchel and pushes it over towards you.
It requires additional refining for use, of course.
Of course, this isn't my first rodeo, friend.
Put it in your lip. Put it in your lip.
Being that I play stringed instruments, I have long nails, so I'll take my pinky and sort of dip down and just get a little on the end of my pinky.
Oh lord.
Oh, just smell it a bit.
Oh boy. Oh no.
My gums a little bit.
Sweet Christmas.
The cedar wood chips.
The smell is strong. And the taste is stronger. It is not pleasant to the tongue. The aftertaste does have a unique zest to it. There is kind of a slight numbness, and while the initial flavor is awful, the lingering flavor is actually quite nice, like a spiced meat almost. It catches you off guard.
Spiced meat. Am I feeling high at all?
Make a Constitution check.
It's 16.
16, okay. Best you can tell, there's no immediate effect. You don't know what it's supposed to do. It doesn't seem to be having an effect on you at the moment.
I'll just do a little bit more. Up the nose? Just a little bit more, just to see if it's doing anything. I guess I'll take it. Your reputation and the seeming good quality makes me believe that this is of a fine caliber quality product. It just stings a little in the eyes, that's all.
That it would.
400 it is.
400. And he takes the other satchel and is about to push it forward, and is seemingly waiting.
For me to pay him? Sure, I'll drop 400 large.
Okay.
$400,000.
As you both kind of wait a moment and pause, you both kind of shove it across at the same time. He catches the coin pouch. After watching you count it across the table, both your satchels are at your disposal. It has been a pleasure doing business with you. If it is not too much to ask, in case you require further assistance, what shall I call you?
You can call me the Meat Man.
The Meat Man. I hope to do more business with you in the future, Meat Man.
And just so I'm clear here, this is a drug, right?
Of course it is.
Oh, really? Really? Do I just need? I'm not feeling it yet. That's why. Do I just need to do more of it? Is that the thing?
It does not affect you immediately.
Oh, it doesn't?
Oh, shit.
All right, great. Thanks. Bye.
Takes his coin, gets up and walks around the table, knocks on the door. A couple knocks. It opens. The half elf kind of peers through. The door opens completely. Quickly head down the stairs, past you.
And as they go, I say to them, remember, we met, but you did not meet the Meat Man.
They both stop on their step and kind of look at each other and just keep walking.
Number 4, the bathtub scene from episode 81, What Lies Beneath the Surface. While staying in Whitestone, Vox Machina plan their strategy against the Dragon Raishan and take a much-needed night off after going through some pretty rough battles. This scene is rather short, and the less I give away the better, but I will say that this is just one of those moments that defines the magic of Critical Role so well. The improv and quick thinking from the actors can lead to some wonderful moments, funny or serious, and this is definitely Laura Bailey at her best.
Take turns.
Excellent.
Is this where we had the cannon?
I take mine
No,
very
that's
quickly
in that mansion.
and walk in the buck, and I find Percival's bath and silently walk in while he's bathing, and I sit in the bath on the other side and just stare for a minute.
You know you're getting weirder.
You and I are very different.
I would agree. Although again, I'm in a bath at the moment. I'm cut to it. I think I was really working on something.
I didn't think you were.
You made me a little off.
So meek. Anyway, I still plan to honor your request, but I want you to know that you are like a brother to me. Now, I have a sister and we fight constantly, so I expect to do that with you.
I hope so.
But I'm glad I have you around still.
Me as well. I like this family. I'd like to keep it.
Don't say another word. I
really
show him
don't-
my ass and I leave.
As soon as he leaves, I come up from the water and go, oh! I thought
I was so hoping you were going to do that.
How big are these fucking bathtubs?
They're big bathtubs.
That is so gross.
Oh.
That's like a minute long.
I love you. That was wonderful.
Oh, my opinion of you has changed.
You don't know. You don't know. You're gone.
No, you
legend.
Number 3, Scanlan and the Love Potion from episode 109, The Ominous March. In the last few episodes leading up to the group's final battle with Vecna, Vax, who knows he is close to being taken away by the Raven Queen, decides to pull off one final prank on Scanlan with help from Grog. The half-elf rogue manages to sneak a love potion into Scanlan's drink, thanks to a whopping 39 on his sleight of hand check. Now, this one is a little long, but totally worth it, as Scanlan temporarily falls in love with the first person he sets eyes on for 1 hour and cannot control it. The live atmosphere of this scene makes it even better, as everyone both in the audience and at home were in complete disbelief at Sam's debauchery.
I instantly dive and grab Keyleth's eyes and cover them and turn her away.
Stop! Get off of me!
Sorry.
Why your hands are a little clammy? Oh God! Why are you sweating? Why are you nervous? You're nervous.
A very strange display from Baxeldan. However, your drink is available for you at the table.
Yeah, sure.
That's good stuff. Man, I just feel invigorated.
All right, so as you finish the drink, you blink your eyes.
Girl, come here.
I'm gonna ask you, Scanlan, who do you see first?
Let's see here. What do we got? 6 people over here? All right, and could you raise your hand if you're one of my choices? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Percy.
All right, and I guess my question to you, Scanlan, is based on your journeys and travels across the lands of Tal'Dorei and beyond, how adventurous have you been in your various exploits?
A human man? That was teenage years, baby. I've gone much further than that since then.
Then as you glance up into the beautiful eyes of the white-haired master of Whitestone, his white locks gently curling at the tips from an afternoon of sweating amongst the heat of the volcano, his fingers gingerly caressing the outside of the goblet in which he's enjoyed his own wine. You find yourself impossibly attracted to your once ally, now the erection of your affection.
I don't know if it's the wine talking, but oh man, I feel something I've never felt before, Percival.
That sounds like the wine talking to me.
I've just never seen you in this light before. Your eyebrows. I want to lick them. They just seem soft. And
You want to what?
I don't. That came out wrong. What I meant was, what are you doing later?
I walk up and I palm Scanlan's forehead and slam him to the ground.
Ow.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry, it's just. Well, you've seen it.
Continue.
The way he looks at you and everything stops. The way all sound fades away when he's talking.
Oh no, that's just his silent spell that he got recently.
just a
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
The way he cocks his gun. Holds it so firmly. It trembles just a little.
With this.
But then bang! Oh! Just a gentle touch is all it takes.
Would this be an insight check at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Come on, Percy.
Oh no.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it really? Is it really?
I'm gonna feel his forehead. Does he feel warm?
How long have you felt this way? This is a bit.
It feels like forever.
Scanlan, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't. I just, this seems to be coming out of nowhere, and he's married.
This is true.
To me, and I will cut you. All right?
Love knoweth no boundaries. And even though there's a significant age difference between us,
How much of an age difference?
I'm not at liberty to say.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm not extremely flattered by this, and I am, but I don't know.
I want to see you naked.
Scanlan, are you experiencing a bit of cotton mouth, maybe?
Yes.
Are your pupils a little dilated?
The lights.
I'm gonna look into his eyes. Are his eyes dilated?
I turn to Vax. What did you do?
Is it that hard to believe that maybe just someone finds me attractive?
After this unique and unexpected display of overt affection, you find yourself sitting round table amongst the mansion to discuss over your wine and confusion what plan of action to take next in your journey to take down the Whispered One, the Undying King.
I'm gonna sit directly between Percy.
Oh, thank you.
And Scanlan for all of this conversation.
I cast Mage Hand to tickle Percy's knee.
I have a 23 passive perception, Scanlan.
Scanlan, make a sleight of hand
noticed
check.
it.
20.
He's reaching around to tickle what?
20.
20
Yeah,
sleight of hand check.
you see him starting to make his fingers over towards your boy.
I grab his fingers and start to bend them backwards. I just whisper in his ear, do you want to keep playing your fucking lute or not?
I'd prefer it if Percy did.
Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with
I'm
you?
sorry, I
How
don't know
long
what's
have you
come
felt
over
this way?
me.
How long have you felt this way? Because this is very fucking strange,
I don't know.
Scanlan.
It was love at first sight, but now, so not first. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep it together. I'll just think of gross things. Victor's ballsack.
Learn from my mistakes.
Let's do it.
All right, finishing your wine, you all scatter to your various rooms throughout the mansion. Prepare yourselves for an evening's rest and a morning journey to the cradle of civilization, Vasselheim.
I do set a bucket trap at the door just in case. Just in case, I set a bucket trap.
Okay. All right, you all find yourselves in your chambers. Anything else we should do before the evening comes to a close?
Yes. Sorry, Matt. I know we're trying to get to other things, but magic compels me to put on my best silk G-string. And it compels me to use the series of tunnels that interconnect all of the rooms.
Oh shit, no!
That only I know about.
And it compels me to sneak into Percival's room in the dead of night and crawl into bed with him.
All right. Make a stealth check.
I'm in the bed, you motherfucker.
Are you in there?
We're married.
I thought it was like the 50s where you had two twin beds.
I love Lucy.
Have you seen their gold pile?
Well, then I guess I better be extra stealthy.
Yeah, you better. Make a stealth check.
Okay, I think that's gonna work. 8.
With a slight jostle, Vexalia and Percival, you both pop one eye open and glance over as what you thought at first might be like a small child crawling into your bed, scared of a midnight storm. Instead, find a magnificent, silk-adorned, familiar gnome trying to wedge himself between your bodies, which is impressive based on the spooning position you're already in.
Let it happen, let it happen.
I reach underneath my pillow. I grab a small copper ball. Manus.
All right, and that's a strength ability check or a
That's a
saving
strength check, I believe.
Just a check?
Is it a check or saving throw? That's the distinction.
Where is it? It's
The cube just doubled in size.
10.
Oh no. With a rapid series of clicks, whirs, and grinding of metal, you watch as a metallic exoskeleton unwinds from the sphere and wraps itself around your body. You find yourself suddenly bound and held in place and able to shift as these cold metal bars wrap around you like an exoskeleton.
Scanlan, short halt. Tell me now why I shouldn't feed you to Trinket.
I undo the lock so he can talk.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening to me. I know that this is your marital bed. Can I at least watch? I promise I won't look at you, Vex. I won't look at you at all. I'll just be looking at Percy.
I'm going to
Would
close.
I
I'm going to close.
Can I, like, would we know that something is wrong? I mean, something is wrong.
I rolled a
wrong with
1.
you.
I don't know anything is wrong.
You make
I
an insight
wish I
check
did.
on this.
What am I making?
Insight.
Insight on this.
Insight. Okay.
Now that you're like up close and definitely discerning his behavior.
Fucking A.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a. It's a 12, but I rolled a 3.
I mean, you get the sense that something's off and different, but you don't acquire
Can I
nature.
try?
You think it
I
may
don't-
be a maybe a practical joke, or he's just trying to fuck with you.
All I
You're not-
have is like, I'm gonna try lesser restoration on him. I'm not sure if it'll work.
Okay.
In case this is magical, I just want to leave you with something.
In case it's not, don't do that anymore.
Excellent.
All right. You extend your hand and complete the incantation under your breath and begrudgingly administer a lesser restoration spell onto his body. You watch as his gnomish form suddenly flashes with a brief burst of divine energy, and as it subsides, his eyes blink and stare back to Percival with the same longing lust that he had when he entered the
Wow.
Fuck, I got nothing. Scanlan, seriously, this is not acceptable. Go to bed. If we let you out of this cage, will you go to bed? I'm gonna send Trinket to your room with you, and he's gonna sleep on top of you so that you will go to sleep. Yeah, let's do that.
Manners.
All right, it unlatches itself and reforms into the iron ball that you carry at your side. Making your way through the tunnel, stealthing in this moment, it's right about now that the file wears off.
Ha-ha. I need to change. I have jizzed in my pants. I'm sorry.
Too much information, thank you.
Have a good evening.
Good evening. Do you walk out the main door or the
main door,
passage
the main door.
Okay, so you do in fact trigger a bucket.
Oh! Yes! Yes!
With a viscous powder that I mixed up, it's basically just a flour base. It's going to be a real pain to wash off.
Oh my God.
You are a ghost white, bucket-headed gnome in a silk G-string.
Why? Why did you do it?
For the lulz?
Number 2, Grog, Terry, and Dodie versus the guards, from episode 90, Voice of the Tempest. After defeating the Chroma Conclave, Vox Machina tie up some loose ends, like finishing Keyleth's Aramente and disposing of Hodis in the Nine Hells. They stop in Vasselheim to do some further research, and Grog, Terry, and Dodie split off from the group to do some potion shopping. When they notice 2 guards are following them, they leave Dodie posted outside of the shop and instruct him to make any noise if the guards get close. Once they're inside and buy what they need, the shopkeeper goes in the back to wrap their potions, and that's when everything goes sideways.
What was that?
You hear behind you guys at the doorway.
Oh, shit.
Some of the, the impacts of metal rapidly and heavily.
What
Sword!
Oh, Jesus.
Your rod whips into a long sword, and you glance behind and you see, walking through the doorway, the very heavy, hulking figure of Dodie carrying 2 unconscious guards that are hanging from his hands. He goes,
What did you... Give me those! I'll punch them both 1 time each in the jaw, just for extra measure.
Okay. Both jaws are very broken.
Oh no!
Well, your guy really did a number. Cool. Okay. Everybody's gonna die. All right. So we're gonna kill everyone that we see in the next 10 seconds.
Even the shop owner.
Yep, he's gotta die.
Oh, shit. All right. Partners, right?
Okay.
I'll do
Is there
whatever
like
you
is
say.
there like a counter in the shop?
Yeah, there's a counter in the front area.
Is it wooden? Is it wooden?
Yeah.
Can he see through the counter?
No, the proprietor is in the back room.
great.
He's,
So I
he's
took-
wrapping your stuff right
He
now.
doesn't know what this happened. Let's get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Well, what's in the shop? Is there like a tapestry? Is there like a rug? Is there like...
It's not a very big. I mean, there is a secondary room to the side. It looks like there's an upper platform, but that looks like where his bedroom is, maybe. There's a couple lanterns. It's warm lit on the interior, and as you're looking around, it's not a huge establishment, but I mean, make a perception check.
2.
You have no idea. You're panicking.
I saw this in a tavern once. Let's sit them up like they're just sleeping and nobody will notice.
They have the jaws of the blood.
Yeah,
the jaws are terrible.
Yeah, well, didn't you put a mask on, Dottie? Let's do it again.
I don't have extra masks.
No, look, it means no
You put them somewhere else.
I sit one up in the corner and I sit the other one up and I like lean it on his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What?
This is great, don't worry.
I can tell that those are 2.
No, I got a better idea. I take the cask of ale out of the bag, I hold it, and I just start pouring ale all over them.
Why would they be in here drinking? They're guards on duty.
They're terrible guards. They make horrible life choices. They're in the wrong line of work. I take 2 chalices and I throw it in their laps. Cool. Now I need you to vomit on them.
I can't vomit.
Do it right now. Put your finger down your throat and puke on these guards.
Make an intimidation check, Grog.
17! Puke on those fucking guards!
What am I rolling?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say make an insight check. Sure.
16.
Vomit on those bitches.
And that's gonna be gift forever. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. Natural 20.
Oh my god!
About 30 seconds of you trying to gag yourself past before the shop owner comes back with these beautifully packaged bundle of healing potions. All right, so
1 second! 1 second!
So I'm really sorry. These two gentlemen obviously have been off their ass. They came in here smelling of booze, looking for like something to make them feel better. I don't know, and they just passed out in your corner. Is there someone you know that we could call? I really hate just leaving them
make a
here.
deception check.
Oh my god.
Grog.
Please, a 4.
9.
He slowly hands out this really nice bundle, and it has like a little bow on it, and it's wrapped, and he hands it out to you and he goes, "Please, take this. And never come back. Please.
For the rest of the day.
Ever again. Your presence has brought me no end of pain. Just go."
Obviously, we have gotten the better end of this deal.
I think that is true, absolutely.
Do you still have the...
Go!
We should go. We should leave.
All right. Thank you for your business. Good day to you. Let's go. Doty, come!
Good day.
Doty turns. And just comes running after you guys as you exit the shop.
Oh, shit.
That was amazing.
What do
we not know
I don't feel good.
Good job. We gotta go. We gotta, like, hold up somewhere for a minute. You know, a drink?
Please.
Yeah.
Number 1, Pike's Flashcards from episode 89, Curious Tides. Tyrion Darrington, the human artificer who joined the group after Scanlan's departure, quickly welcomed himself on Vox Machina's adventures in hopes of having something to write about. Terry, however, never bothered to actually learn the names of the people he was traveling with, and Pike decides to help him remember. What follows is probably my favorite moment in the entire campaign and makes me double over with laughter every time. Even if this isn't other people's number one funny moment, I think it perfectly encompasses the dynamic of this group and how something like this only happens in D&D.
I have a request of your robot, your Doty. Am I saying this right?
My personal manservant.
Your personal manservant.
Yes.
Could he draw some things for me?
In gnome, I say.
Oh my god.
Absolutely, milady. Whatever you would request.
You are a milady.
We totally called it.
Continue.
And in common, I say back, thank you so much. Doty, would you mind drawing portraits for me?
Looks back to you, Tyrion.
Do whatever the young lady asks.
Pulls the book out.
Could you draw some portraits of this group? Of Grog, of Vax and Vex, Keyleth and Percy. When you're all done, just bring them to me.
Is there any
Thank you so
particular
much.
style you'd like them to be drawn in?
Just as realistic as possible.
Realism.
Realism.
All right.
And I say thank you in Gnomish. In Gnome.
I say, you're welcome in gnome.
Waiting for it.
Okay.
Rolling with Gil.
At some point in the night,
Gil has his vomit.
each of you individually wakes up in the wee hours as a sound rouses you from your slumber. As you glance over in one of the nearby open windowed walls, you see a large metallic man shape appear. Whoa. And just start feverishly sketching while staring at you. One by one by one by one.
He likes to watch. I think that was Terry's fucking automaton.
I'm not dreaming yet. I'm not dreaming.
Yeah.
Does anyone try to talk to the automaton?
I think we just stay perfectly still and try and lift our chin and push forward.
It looks like a good angle at least.
I slowly pull the sheet a little higher.
I pull the sheet a little lower.
And Dodie continues sketching, adjusting to the new positions.
Moves an adjacent piece of paper next to it and keeps going.
Yeah. Keeps taping them on. So upon everyone waking and gathering again before heading off, however way you wish, the crew is by their boats to return to the ship. Uvenda is waiting to see you off. And as you all begin to gather, you watch Pike as she approaches, her form flickering in the familiar visual of a temporary time before she has to return.
It's okay.
As you approach to speak to everybody, suddenly from the side, Dodie seems to just slam into view like some weird hype man. And immediately just like hands you a fist, a metallic fist filled of pages torn out of the tome.
Thank you so much.
And then runs off towards Tyrion.
Terry. Come here.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Couldn't be.
Hello.
Hello. So I figured you would have a little bit of an easier time if you know the names of the people that you're spending time with. I had him make you some, I don't know, maybe some flashcards. So,
Oh my God.
I take out a quill. I hold up a photo. Who is this?
What you see before you is a very beautifully, realistically drawn image of a female half-elven druid and a male half-elven rogue paladin, both clutching bed sheets going...
That's amazing. In the same drawing.
Yeah.
Oh. But how did... I mean, they would have had to been...
I didn't realize he was going to draw them in their sleep. So let's just...
Please go through every picture.
So many more questions than answers. One of those two was dead yesterday, and yet they still found time to... Well, the one on the left is... I lovingly refer to her as Antlers. She is the most powerful and leader of the group.
All those things are true, but take this quilt. Now, next to her picture, please write Keyleth.
Dodie, you heard her.
No.
Dodie stops when she says no.
You are going to write it down. Do you know how to write?
Of course I know how to write.
Okay,
I'm an educated man.
Oh God, does he know how to write?
In what language?
What language do you prefer?
I prefer gnome when I'm with you.
Old habits
Okay.
die hard.
It's good practice.
Okay. So write down Keyleth.
Odd vowel sounds in your weird language. Okay. Keyleth.
The man laying next to her,
Mm-hmm.
do you know his name?
Little elf boy.
I would never say that again. His name is Vax.
With a B? Like Bax?
With a V, as in
Vagina.
Mana from heaven. It's mana from heaven.
Got it? X. All right.
Next up.
You know what? That one sounds familiar. I feel like he's introduced himself to me.
Okay, next up, who's this?
This is another pair. This one less shy. It appears to be a human male, looking confused, the glasses pressed up above the top of the forehead, and a half-elven, dark-haired female on top, glancing back with a "don't you fucking dare" expression.
Oh. Oh, well.
Yes, I know, you're learning so much.
May I for a moment?
Sure.
Do you think this is up, or?
You could have it any way you like it.
I've read about that. All right.
Just looking at the faces, then, who do you think they are?
The happy one is little elf girl.
Oh, I would definitely not ever say that to her.
All right. What's her real name?
Her name is Vex.
All right. Vex.
And do you know that her and Vax are twin brother and sister?
I could tell by the bone structure and
Okay.
the contempt.
Now, the man laying next to her, what is his name?
Percival Frederickstein von Musel-Carollo de Rollo III.
Well done.
Almost. Kowalski de Rollo III. Percival Frederickstein von Musel.
Muselix.
So close.
You're good.
The Kowalski
de Rollo III.
That all depends on how much whiskey. That's fair.
Please
That's a
write it down.
whiskey-based pronunciation.
That one I'm gonna do in common. And you know what? I'll just abbreviate the middle part.
That's okay.
P. De Rollo.
Right. 2 more to go. Who's this?
Okay. Let's see of the. All right, so there is one of this one is Pike, in a Hernomish form, still wearing her armor in her astral form, just kind of looking like she realized she didn't phrase it properly when she made the request, and being the last one sketched. And in that moment, her expression says, "Oh no."
Before I answer, just a quick process question here.
Okay.
In the other images, there was some revelry, some intercourse happening. Is that, now that I'm a full-fledged member, do I get to partake? Is this how it works with everyone, or is it just certain members? Is it a hierarchy? Is it some sort of a... cultish thing where you have to prove yourself sexually and in battle, or how does that work? Or is it? Am I misreading this?
You know, I think you should just continue to try to explore that. Because it would just be great just to see what happens. You never know, Terry. You just never know.
All right.
I would never tell you no. No! Not no! Let me rephrase. I would never tell you no to not try with the people of the group.
So you're saying that membership has its privileges?
Mayhaps. Oh my God. Do you know my name?
Daughter of Saren Ray, I'm guessing.
No, it's Pike.
Pike.
And last but certainly not least.
Whoa.
Oh.
Narrator.
Doty, she said realism.
And there, in a classic Michelangelo style pose, one knee cocked to the side, the beard fluffed, the rippling scarred muscles, and the obvious half-giant side of Grog Strongjaw before you on the page.
That is not a picture of a Goliath and a halfling.
I mean, how does he walk?
With confidence and pride.
Pick a leg.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
I know.
That is just. That is primal.
You took some artistic liberties with this one.
Made it smaller.
All right. I've been taking to calling him Jumbo or the big guy,
Okay.
and it seems that I was correct.
Well, this is Grog.
Say that again.
Grog.
Grog. Okay.
And that is my very best friend.
You know, I have learned that he is a confident ally and a friend to me as well. And I will do my best to protect him in battle in your absence.
Well, thank you. That is very, very kind of you. So, before I leave, my request is that you look at these every night before bed until you learn them.
Love Mama Pike.
Can you, in this form, can you see me all the time?
Yes.
I will.
So I will know if you're not looking at your flashcards every night. This is so stupid.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
This is amazing.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Milady, I swear it by my name. I will do so as you request. Thank you for saving one of my allies today, and wherever you are in the world, know that we are fighting a good fight, and I will keep your friends safe. Your friends, Greg,
Nope.
Vox, Kiko,
works.
and Percival, Frederickstein, von Musil,
Let it roll.
Kowalski Derola III.
I realized that was off of memory, so I'm going to let it slide.
I have a few more nights of studying to do.
You do. Okay. It was wonderful to spend time with you. I'm going to go back over here.
All right.